Good evening everybody, hello and welcome to the first Dabrail stream in what seems like for ages. We are going to be kicking off at 20:30 tonight, doing the West Coast mainline Train Sim World 5 stopping service down to London Euston on the 350. Hopefully you'll join me for the run. We'll keep tea and biscuits to an absolute minimum. Hopefully we can have some good fun and some good train related banter on the way down. Starting at 20:30-ish.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap.
Once again, hello and welcome to Train Sim World 5 Euston Stopper, taking the 350 from Milton Keynes down to London Euston. We are going to be kicking off in around about 5 minutes time, so please have your drinks, light refreshments and all that good stuff at the ready.
Passengers are reminded that smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes. This is a safety announcement. It is not permitted to cycle, skateboard or rollerblade within the station building.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the first Dabrow stream in what seems like absolutely ages. Right, first things first, I am still playing with sound levels and trying to get it fixed after these Streamlabs updates. So if any of the sounds are not right, if you can't hear me, if you can't hear the game, if any of the sound effects are too loud, shout at me, comment, and I'll try and fix it as we go along. Who have we got in tonight? Connor Eaton, who has now got a blue name tag and a spanner. You're welcome, Connor. Northern Princess Productions, Pig and Bob, Gareth of the UI. Scottish, how we doing? Pig and Bob. Did I say you already? Aeronautics. Here we go. Sunrail has brought the mandatory cup of tea. Haven't brought biscuits. I'm going to chance it without today. Connor, odds on the computer playing ball tonight. I've tidied my desk, so does that help? I've shown it a bit of TLC. Right, we are live on YouTube and on TikTok. Hello to everyone on TikTok. Ashley Coles, Luke, the Kirky Bus Spotter, Kev 10 has just joined over on TikTok. You can follow me there, follow me here, whatever you like. Okay, it has been quite a long time since we've done a stream. I've only actually done one stream on Train Sim World 5. That's how long it's been. Quite a lot going on in my life at work and bits and bobs, but we won't go into that now. So, we are going to jump on the West Coast Mainline South. We're going to do a stopping service from Milton Keynes down to London Euston in the Class 350. Tomorrow night, you're going to be treated to another stream. We're going to do the Frankfurt Fulda route, and then Saturday evening, we are going to be doing the West Coast Mainline with the new enhancement pack, the enhanced timetable and the upgrade on it, which looks absolutely superb. We are going to be playing Locomotive Livery Location, doing all of that good stuff. I'm rabbiting for ages. So the last thing to say before we jump in is that all the views and opinions expressed within are solely my own, may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Can you tell I've had a little bit of time off from this? Right, that is it. Let's get straight into the game. Let's press some buttons and see if we can make this work. Right, choose a route. We are doing West Coast Mainline South. timetable mode. We're going to jump into the 350. We're going to do sort of an evening-ish run, I reckon. Connor Eaton, decent mug. That's, yeah, have you got one, Connor? I'll get you one. Stephen Taylor, good evening, how are we doing? Rightio, let's go sort of early evening, somewhere around 7 o'clock should be pretty good. No, we go a bit earlier, we go about 6. Right, what do we got? We want about an hour's run. 2 kilo 48. Milton Keynes down to London Euston. 18:24 departure will do absolutely beautifully. We'll keep the dynamic weather turned on, all that good stuff. And we're not conducting today. We are driving. I have yet to have a play on the conductor mode since it's been updated. So I kind of need to go through and find out what's been going on with the game. I'm a little bit out of the loop. So have there been any recent announcements that I've missed out on? I know about Preston to Carlisle. I'm looking forward to that one in a couple of weeks. Jonathan says an AP Class 43 pack that's coming soon. Oh, nice. I've not heard about that one, Jonathan. But yeah, if I get my hands on it, I'll certainly do a video on that. Right. 2 kilo 48. Milton Keynes down to London Euston. It's dark. It's dark at 6:30. Ah. We don't do dark runs on stream because we need to go a bit earlier in the day because it just looks so dark on the stream, I think. Let's try that again. Come back tomorrow, we'll do it properly. Right. Let's go about 4 o'clock in the afternoon then. Let's where are we? Milton Keynes Central to London Euston, 1 hour 8 minutes. Right, we're going with that one. 16:55 departure. We should be in. Leo, yeah, it's late October, winter. I know. I've been working a lot of nights lately, so it's permanently dark at the moment. So it'd be nice to drive a train in the daylight, even if it is on the computer. Laserjet's become a member. Thank you very much, my friend. It says here, Rafe the Train Spotter has been a member for 25 months. Thank you very much, Rafe. Right, okay, driver. Let's press the button and then get it loaded up. The Kirky Bus Spotter. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Paul Gray, hi Richard, good to see you back in the driver's seat. How have you been? Yeah, not too bad, Paul. Just it's RHTT season at work, so mega busy with work, and there's a few other things going on. But yeah, got a couple of days off, so gonna drive trains on me days off. Why not? Okie dokie. Yeah, that's looking a little bit better. It might be dark by the time we get to London, but we can manage that. We've got a nice sort of sunsetty type thing going on. Right, so first thing we'll do, and as always, is get our safety systems turned on. Got to kind of remember what I'm doing here because it has been a long time. I genuinely have not been in the game since I've done the live stream, so I kind of installed all the latest updates and stuff today, so hopefully it is all good. Right, we've done everything we need to do there. Back in the seat. Like I say, guys, game audio up or down, do absolutely shout at me. GSMR's doing its thing. We should have some lights somewhere. There we go. We'll go on to night lighting and doors on the right-hand side. Right, GSMR radio is set up. We've got a green signal. Loading passengers. Pendo going off the other platform there. Northern Princess Productions, no, this has not been we have not got the enhancement pack installed on this. I'm going to do it with the enhancement pack on Saturday. So there will be another stream Saturday with the enhancement pack on this. The reason I haven't installed the enhancement pack is because this is the first time I've played it since it come out. So I kind of wanted to see what it's like without the enhancement pack to kind of get a fair judgment. Because I know there have been a few updates since release. Chris, game audio seems fine in relation to the vocals. Fantastic. That is good to hear. Right, where are we stopping? Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard, Cheddington, Tring, Berkhamsted, Hemel Hempstead, Alps, Apsley, Kings Langley, Watford Junction, Bushy, Harrow and Willstone, and London Euston. Train Boys donated £5 free super chat. Thank you very, very much, Train Boy. How are you doing? Did you hear about the train crash in Midwest? I absolutely did, and you know, thoughts go out to everyone involved in that. I'm obviously not going to make comment on it or speculate on it, but yeah, thoughts go out to everyone involved in that. It's a really sad day for the industry when anything like that happens. Right, okay, locking doors. We've got a green, we've got an S. I'm guessing it's S for slow. This is not a bit of route that I sign in real life, so We're relying solely on the HUD. Let's put it into forward, that always helps. Vigilance firing off. Let's rock and roll. Yeah, transport, is it 2 kilo 48? It is, no, 2 kilo 42 this one. Luke over on TikTok, you can download this on Steam or it's also available on console, depending on what you play on. Jonathan, isn't there a cab refurb with the Mark IV TPWS, and is this cab variant for the livery out of date? I am not entirely sure, to be honest with you, Jonathan. This doesn't have the TPWS Mark IV panel. It's got the original panel, so I'm not entirely sure. Right, good for 40. Let's get this thing going. We are also going to be playing our very popular game, Locomotive Livery Location. So with that in mind...
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
If you've not seen this game before, put your numbers in the chat between 1 and 36. I'll pick the third number that comes up on my screen and we will play. Right, we're good for 100. 2.7 Master Bletchley. Let's get this thing going. Connor, audio is spot on. We're winning. Did we already do that? I think I've already read that comment. The Fuzzy Logic. Rest day today and booking on at 05:26 for a driving term. Why am I such an idiot? Why not? Why not? If you enjoy it, that's all that matters. Okay, our first Locomotive Livery Location number will be number 17 from Leo Low. So the way this works is we pick the third number that comes up on the screen, and to show there is no foul play, you can see there Pig and Bob the first, Josh the second, Leo Low the third number. Made some adaptations because we were having issues with people claiming I was picking the wrong numbers. So to save a steward's inquiry, we've got it all sewn up. Right.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Here we go, guys. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to give you box number 17. You've got 10 seconds to give me the locomotive livery and location of what you think you see underneath. What is it? Where is it? Let me know your thoughts in the chat, as always. Agent B7, I am good. How are you? Oh yeah, Connor, it's something I knocked up rather quickly, that, because yeah, foul play, as Northern Princess, Northern Princess says there. We were having to have a steward's inquiry every time we done one of these rounds, so I thought, yeah, let's just show that we're transparent and honest. I'm very good at speeding and going through stations because I'm drinking tea and not paying attention to where I'm going. Josh says very helpful. Northern Princess Productions is having a stab in the dark with HST. Connor Eaton, LLL graphic rather loud. Okie dokie, Connor, I will... Do you mean the actual reveal sound or the transition jingle? Which one, Connor? As we come down into Bletchley platform number 4. LaserJet899's got HST. Nick B, does anyone know how to turn on the 66 cab light in the dark on the Xbox? Not easy to navigate when it is pitch black. I know on PC it's the L key. If anyone knows what it is on Xbox and you can help Nick, do please post it. That would be really cool. I should have checked how long our train is as well. Does it? Doesn't tell us on there, does it? Because we don't want to be stopping short. We'll use the HUD. But knowing the length of your train is something we probably should... Have we got it on the TMS? Let's worry about stopping at the station, then we'll... we shall have a little play around with that. Oh, that's a good stop. Right, we are so many carriages on the right stop car mark, we hope. Looks like we're a 4 car there, yeah. Okay, we shall remember that for future reference. Okay, that's interesting. That's, the passengers are getting off my train and not going anywhere. That gets one of these. Yeah, that's... Okay, now they're all disappearing. Oh dear, oh dear. It's all good fun. It's all good fun. We really should not be departing with that many passengers that side of the yellow line. This is, in real life, we would not be going anywhere.
Passengers are arriving.
PTI not safe. Not safe to dispatch. Yeah, Chris, you're quite right. Definitely. Train boy. Oh, thank you very much. That's very generous of you. Did you know that the stream photo chat is missing on Discord? I didn't know that. I'll have to go back and do some research and find out why that is the case. BMW M3 Touring. How long have you been a train driver? I've been on the railway 18 years. I've been driving 12 years. 12 years give or take. So about 7 years on passenger and about 5 years driving freight trains. The fuzzy logic, Davral, I know it's been a while since you drove passenger. When you forget your formation, just go to the end of the platform. Never stop short that way. Absolutely fuzzy logic. Yeah, I was obviously relying on the HUD, but you're quite right. If you ever forget the formation of your train or you're not sure, your safest bet is always going to be to go to the end of the platform. Nick B, new to Train Sim 5. I'm still finding my feet, but I've played Open BVE for years. Open BVE is fantastic. I still sing its praises. There's something about the physics and the train physics on that game. It's just got it down. Absolutely has. Right, 4.6 miles to Leighton Buzzard. BMW, for me, I prefer freight. Nothing wrong with driving passenger trains, but I just prefer the variety that freight brings. Passengers you're working to a timetable. I mean, we are on freight to some extent, but you're working to a timetable. Everything's very structured. You're driving A to B, stopping at stations along the way, turn around, come back again. It's kind of like, it's the difference between being a long distance lorry driver or being a local bus driver. That's kind of the best comparison I can give. So yeah, I've enjoyed both, but for me, freight is definitely where it's at. The fuzzy logic DOO, yeah. When I was driving with South Euston, we were DOO from Sevenoaks up into London, but we had guard dispatch for the rest of the journey. Right, approaching 100. Let's see if we can get this down with a half decent score going on. Infinite Gaming, I'm good. How are you? BMW M3, no worries. Aeronautics 237 makes a really good point. Would you get the book thrown if you're stopping at the end of the platform because you forgot your length? I wouldn't even report that, Aeronautics 237, to be completely honest with you. If you're doing it often, then the danger is it's a precursor to a more major incident. If you're constantly forgetting the length of your train, there is a chance that one day you're going to have 12, think you've got 4, stop on the 4, and you've had to stop short. So it could potentially be a precursor to a more serious incident. But if it's like once or twice, you know, you've gone to the end of the platform, you've done the right thing, you're probably not going to get in too much trouble for it. Right, we've got a 90 coming up, speed's coming down, lovely for that. Yeah, Connor Eaton, stopping short is a lot worse than stopping long. Absolutely is, Connor, yeah. Platform train interface, PTI, the platform train interface is one of the most dangerous areas. It's certainly for passenger operators, it's the highest risk area, passengers getting on and off of trains. If you've stopped short and your train isn't fitted with platform length sensors or anything like that, there's a potential you're going to stop short as a driver, you're going to open the doors, you can have a visually impaired passenger or someone who's on their phone or not paying attention. You know, they just open the doors, step out without looking if there's a platform there, and you know they're on the track. Same can be said for wrong side door releases. If you release the doors on the non-platform side, people just press the button, step out straight onto the track, get run over by a train coming the other way. You know, in some cases there are technology and there are systems in place to stop that happening, but from a risk perspective, it's a massive risk. And you know, I can kind of see people are thinking, well, how can you open the doors on the wrong side? It's common sense, but yeah, believe me, it's so easy to do. You kind of build up a muscle memory. If you stop at 20 stations and every time you've opened the doors on the left, if your head's not in the zone, you can come into the 21st station, open the doors on the left, but the platform's on the right. It's so easy to kind of get into that autopilot mode. So yeah, it is a huge area of risk. Right, slowing down for Leighton Buzzard. I wonder if we have gone a little bit late on the time here, if it's going to be a bit dark by the time we come down to London, but we'll persevere with it now. We're still doing 60, crikey. You can tell I haven't played for a long time. That's my excuse, and I'm definitely sticking to that. We're driving like an underground train. A full service brake. But we will release it just before we stop, so we don't spill everyone's tea. Should always try and stop on a rising brake if you can. Right, okay, we are 4 cars way past the 4-car mark. Platform on the left. Units stop faster than wagons too. Richard, are you going on the 507 tour on the 3rd of November? I'm not, no. What's your favourite route to drive in Train Sim World 5? I'm really enjoying this route at the moment, although I've not had a great deal of time on it. But probably this, the Brighton mainline Blackpool branches is very good. It's difficult to say, really. It sort of depends what mood I'm in and what I fancy driving. Silent Pass Gainsborough is well and truly out of my my area. Dadrow, it's why our rule book CRI is to step out onto the platform before release. Release off platform SSIU still happens way too often though. Yeah, I'm guessing, Chris, your conductor releasing the doors then. We were driver releasing the doors. Driver release, conductor shut. And wait until 1709. Let's get those doors shut. Sim Racer, really common question. How do you go on if you need the toilet when piloting a train? Is there an autopilot? Not an autopilot. There's nothing like that. You've got to be up in the cab. If you're really desperate for the toilet and you're on a passenger train, you can kind of stop at the next station, contact the signaller, tell them you're going to be there for a little while, walk back and use the toilet. If you're on a train with no toilets, then you can use the facilities that nature has provided. You, generally speaking, you should be kind of managing your lifestyle and managing your body around the facilities. You shouldn't ever be more than sort of 3 or 4 hours driving a train. Most people can hold it for 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, it's kind of something you just learn to manage, really. Right, we're off to Cheddington. It is getting dark very, very quickly. Looking good, looking good. So I am keeping an eye on the TikTok chat there as well, guys. But if you are on TikTok and you want to ask a question, I am keeping an eye on it. But we are also on YouTube, youtube.com/Dadrow. Right, 3.2 miles to Cheddington. Shall we play a game?
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Definitely darker than I wanted to be doing it, but never mind, never mind. Oh, excuse me. Let's get those numbers in. Between 1 and 36. Anakin is there with the first number. Pig and Bob's coming with the second one. Silent Past, you are the third number with, it's unlucky for some, number 13.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Okay, unlucky for some, number 13. Here we go. 10 seconds for that Locomotive Livery Location. Not much to go on in that one, I'm afraid. Hey Ben P, how are we doing? Where are we? 1.5 miles from Cheddington. Somebody's left the lights on. I've no idea what's going on here. Junction lighting. So on quite a lot of junctions now, Network Rail have installed lighting along them, so when they're carrying out engineering works or emergency repairs, they can kind of turn the junction lighting on at night. It's a pretty decent idea. Okay, we're a mile out, we're doing 90. Let's see if we can get a half decent stop after the disasters of the last couple of stations. About 40% brake is where I want to be. That's brake step 1. Brake step 1 would be about 30% brake, wouldn't it? Anakin, platform 2. Something at a station with platform 2, says Josh. I've still managed to come in way too fast, but I think we might pull this one off. Silent Pass is HST at Donny. We are still not getting these stations. This is why I drive freight trains. Oh, that could be good. Hands free. Hands free. Hands free. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh! That was almost a perfect stop, other than the fact everyone's now spilt their coffee. But we'll take it. It's on the platform. It's on the platform. Mike, hello, how are we doing? Junction lighting is so good. Installed it first at Watford Junction. Makes so much of a difference. I believe I remember rightly, Mike, that Network Rail actually won an award for the team doing the junction lighting won an award at the Rail Staff Awards a few years ago. Right, 17:14. See, when we come into a station really fast like that, what we say is we're driving the train efficiently. We are using the full potential performance of the train in order to maximise efficiency. That's what we're doing. Yeah, aeronautics, I'm taking it. I think it was all right. One stop braking. Well, thanks. Just scared my passengers. When I was doing my driving hours with my mentor driver, driving instructor, depending on what company you work for is what they're called, we used to aim for one-hit wonders. And basically the idea was that you found your braking point, you went into brake step 1 and you left it and you stopped bang on the marker. And if you got 3 of those in a shift, you had to buy the donuts. Or you got the donuts bought for you, I should say. It's always the donut challenge. See if you can get a one-hit wonder, get a hat-trick. We used to do it quite often, you'd be surprised. Passenger trains, or especially the modern ones, tend to perform so consistently that you can do that. Literally, you put the brake on at this point and you will stop at this location. Hey, Paul Curran, how are we doing, my friend? Right, we're off to Tring, 4.3 miles. Let's get this thing going. Roblox Olympics, hello. So we are going to be having fun and games tomorrow night as well. We're going to be doing the Frankfurt-Fulda route in the Vectron with safety systems turned on. Hey, that's going to be fun. It will not be a masterclass, I can promise you that, but it should be an experience. So if you're about 20:30 tomorrow, do tune in for that. That would be absolutely awesome. Connor, sounds like a challenge. Should we try this with a freight train? BMW M3 Touring. Worst train you've driven? I couldn't possibly tell you, but it starts with a 6 and ends with a 9. And they're not that bad, they're just uncomfortable. Yes, Connor, Sifa, Sifa, Sifa. Paul, yeah, good mate. DM Bridges would be proud. Absolutely, absolutely. Sim Racer on Avanti, 3 bleeps in quick succession sometimes come over the PA. Does anyone know what that means? So a free bell buzzer code is conducted to contact the driver. So it's normally saying that the driver will normally give that out, which is telling the conductor to contact them via the intercom, the cab-to-cab system. Right, 2.4 miles out. We are still good for 90. The headlight on this is pretty realistic, if I'm being honest. Although that Pendolino there, you would be able to see the taillights on that from miles away. It's a little bit dim. So, yeah, I'm sorry we're kind of doing a nighttime run. It got dark very quickly, unfortunately. I tell you what we can possibly do. There is a Tring to London Euston run. Do you know what? We might stop at Tring and then load up the Tring to London Euston run. just to get some daylight back so we can actually see where we're going. BMW M3 Touring, favourite passenger train? Really hard to pick. Really hard to pick. We'll go with Pacers. Pacers are cool. Right, 1 mile out. Let's actually get some braking. Let's see if we are going to do this properly. Hey, Flynn Spain. Good evening. How are we doing? Over on TikTok. Yeah, this is the lighting on this. I mean, you've got like track lighting here. The lighting on this just seems too dark. I mean, there's kind of not enough ambient lighting being projected down from the lighting here, and that's. I mean, why do we have a route indicator on a signal that's at danger? And actually, to be completely honest with you, if I go past that should be showing a proceed aspect, because that signal applies to my train. It won't be a SPAD if I go past that. It would be kind of it'd be a signalling irregularity, but that should be showing a proceed aspect. That should not have a route indicator. That gets one of these. I know I'm just being picky now, but that gets one of these. Okie dokie. Yeah, like I say, we are going to load up the daytime run once we get into Tring. We'll do the Tring down to London Euston daytime run. And we're still having to put way too much brake in. I'm still just not adapting to this very well. Jonathan, that was an issue with Train Sim Classic as well. You do kind of wonder how much of the route is rebuilt and how much of it is kind of just ported over with some new textures and stuff. I don't know too much about the process and the inner workings. .66 flying through there. Haha. Paul says, or as we know it in our office, you've been TB rocked. I like that one, Paul. That's going to stick. Right, okay. We are going to, because of my lack of understanding of the seasons and how it gets darker earlier in the winter, we will load up a Tring run. Oh, no, wrong route. Crikey. There we go. Timetable, 3:50. Tring to London Euston. I think that one should do us just about fine. And we are driving. Right. Okay, let's change at Tring. Yep, we're getting out of Tring. We're having a very long PMB and starting again. Richie Rao, good evening. How are we doing? Yeah, Chris, that would definitely be an RT3185 signalling irregularity form. Davrao doesn't understand seasons. I absolutely don't. The only season I know is autumn. Railhead treatment trains. Oh, they are fun, aren't they? Apparently, so I'm told. Right, we're going to start again from scratch. So, we're going to do it properly this time. Safety systems in. I still wish there was an option in this game to start it, to have safety systems turned on as default, so we didn't have to go through that. GSMR has set itself up, which is annoying because in real life we would have to do it. Backup day, backup night, daylight, perfect. Right, loading passengers. We are stopping at Berkhamsted, Hemel Hempstead, Watford Junction, Harrow and Wealdstone, and London Euston. So this one's not stopping at Bushy, the previous run was, but never mind, never mind. Train and Bus Spotter UK, how are you doing? I wish there was a setting to start with all the safety system brakes realism. Yeah, I completely agree, Connor. I really do. But what if they were on by default and you were starting from cold? What if they were on by default and you were... Jonathan, the safety systems in real life are always on by default. The only time they're isolated is if you've got a problem with them. So even if you're starting from cold, they would be on. BMW, do you prefer driving at day or night? Interesting question. I think I prefer being out in the day, but night driving's fine too. I mean, driving in the middle of the night, you tend to get a lot of green signals, which is nice. But it can be quite tiring as well. But daylight driving, there's more to look at. There's more going on. Roblox Olympics, hello, doing the same service as a contractor. I think you mean conductor there, my friend. Which is fine. Do we want multiplayer in this game? What's everyone's thoughts on multiplayer? Is that something you'd like to see in the game? For me, it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but I mean, would you like to sort of be able to do driver guard multiplayer? Is that something that interests you? Right, we are off to Berkhamsted, platform 4. Right, full speed ahead. 90, then 100. We're 40 at the moment. A Spaceful multiplayer would be amazing. Aeronautics, I want multiplayer. Got a green. 43 the points there. It gives us a good opportunity to put a little bit of brake in. We'll have a running brake test, just make sure our brakes are actually working. Which they are, that's perfect. We'll get clear of the 100 board there. I'm going to check. We are 4 carriages. Which we absolutely are. And let's get it going. 3.2 miles. Leo Low, I hope we can chain the game to SimSig. That would be superb. I would definitely be here for that. Copend09, are you ETSC, ETCS trained? Not yet, but that will happen soon. But at the moment, no, I'm not. Chris, multiplayer would be good, especially with the introduction of guarding, having multiple sets as player controlled instead of NPC, plus tying in with aspects of SimSig to create a full ecosystem. Connor Eaton, SimSig session with a few people would be fun. That is something I would really like to do, Connor, but every time I've tried to set up a multiplayer on SimSig, I can't get it to work. So if you know how to do that, Connor, I am completely and utterly up for that. An evening with a few beers and a Discord voice chat and some SimSig sounds like... That's my idea of a good evening. Is it really sad that I'm saying that? That's my idea of a good evening. I must be getting old. Rocking and rolling, rocking and rolling. So we do have 99 of you lovely people watching on Discord at the moment. We've had 347 over on TikTok. If you haven't already, please do hit the like button or the follow button. Consider subscribing. That would be absolutely awesome. Done it loads on times. Need certain ports open on the router. You see, I'm sure it's something we can make happen. You might remember last year as well, we done a 24-hour Children in Need charity live stream. I am toying with the idea of doing that again this year. I would like to do it, but it's kind of finding the time to do it at the moment, so... And there's quite a bit of sort of organisation and stuff that goes into it beforehand, and sort of I've got to make sure I've got at least 3 or 4 days off work to recover from it. So I'm hoping to do something around the beginning / middle of November in that direction. So watch this space. An official announcement will be made either way at some point. But yeah, it's not 100% yet, but it's something I would definitely like to do. I think we raised about £2,500 for Children in Need last year, and I think if we can... come anywhere close to that again, it's definitely worth doing. Okay, this is a much better approach, I think, still doing 45. 45 at the end of the platform is... We're only using 93% brake, not 100. Please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop. Bit of 100 at the end. That was vastly improved. Right, okay. We're winning. Peter 0113, let's do it again. Great last year. It was good last year. Richie Rao, that was great last year. Would definitely be great to see it again. Connor, let's do it. Oh, I absolutely want to, but it is just finding time with work and finding time with home life and all the other bits and bobs that go with it. But yeah, it is something I definitely do want to do. I've got some ideas for some interesting guests this time as well. There's a few people that I think we could probably get on. So I have contacts, and I have contacts who have contacts. I know a person who knows a person who knows a person who knows another person. That sort of thing. Right, we're off to Hemel Hempstead, platform 4 in 3.4 miles. So,
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
let's get those numbers in. Let's play the Locomotive Livery Location. Third round on this stream. Once we get down to Euston, we'll see how we go. But we might have a blast up to Milton Keynes. It's only like another 20 minutes or so. We'll see how we get on. Okay, let's put me numbers up on the screen so you can see that I'm not cheating. Chris, you're in there with number 20. You're the first one. Mike, the second number. And Infinite Gaming, you're the third number on the screen, my friend, with number 3.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
So here's how it's going to work. Give you box number 3, 10 seconds for the Locomotive Livery Location. If you can. You're certainly picking them today. Does that help? Does that help? Do let me know. So yeah, like I say, I've really been out of the loop with Trains in World lately. I've heard about the Just Trains Carlisle or Preston to Carlisle route. I'm really looking forward to that. I think that comes out the middle of November. Hello, welcome, Justice. Sorry, your name has disappeared off my screen, but hello and welcome. Yeah, I've heard about the Just Trains route. I'm looking forward to that. What else have I missed? Has anything else been announced UK-wise? What have we got coming up? Do tell me. David, what sound effect is it that's too loud, my friend? I am still tweaking volume levels because we had a meltdown with Streamlabs. So if you tell me, and Richie Rao there, if you tell me what volume it is that's too loud, I will try and tweak it as we go along. Is it the Vine boom at the end there? Is it? Okay, let's get a bit of braking for the next station. We're going at about 60%. I can get 60, that'll do, it's close enough. No, let's put a bit more in. Max brake. We're definitely not doing very well. Train horn on reveal and then the 10-second countdown. Right, okay, I think I can tweak that. Because that is all the same sound effect. The timer and the boom are very loud. And we are 4 for the 4. Just past the 4, but that is absolutely fine. We are 4 on the 4. Doors on the left-hand side. Right, let's see if I can press some buttons and change some settings around here without breaking it. Right, so I am looking for the Why can't I find it? It's there. It has to be there. It has to be there. Ah, of course. Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. I think it's this one. Cover your ears, guys, because you might hear the sound for a second, but I am just going to turn it down. Hopefully that is a more acceptable volume level. Right, let me know. Is that any better? Right, okay. Wait until 10:55. Yeah, the trouble is, John, the kind of... It's getting it all to kind of marry up and everything else, and I don't sort of get too much of an indicator with the levels on Streamlabs. It's a little bit all over the place. I do have a bit of a background in audio engineering and live sound and stuff, so I sort of know what I'm doing when it comes to the sound levels, but the kind of the levels you're getting are not the levels I'm getting. It's really weird the way it kind of all comes together in the software. It'd be better to have a physical desk with one output rather than relying on digital outputs, but it is what it is. Right, okay, we're off to Watford Junction, 6.8 miles. Right, let's get it gone. That'll do. That's much better, thank you. Already much better. Perfect. Chris ever considered a Go XLR desk? It's just space on the desk, Chris. To be honest with you, it's just I've got my Stream Deck and I haven't got space for too much else. Once we get the volume levels sort of tuned in, they tend to be all right. But Streamlabs recently had a meltdown and required massive updates, and it sort of destroyed all the settings and everything else, which was a bit of a nightmare. Oh, sorry about that, Mike. I tell you what, we'll do one now though.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Yeah, the trouble with that as well, Chris, is a lot of the sound effects are triggered by a piece of software called Voice Mod. So, are we stopping here? We're not stopping here. Heart attack moment. Yeah, the sound effects are triggered by a piece of software called Voice Mod, and they're not all recorded at the same level, so you kind of have to normalise them within there. So even if I had a separate desk, I wouldn't be able to control the individual sound effects, if you know what I'm saying. Right, okay. No foul play going on. Chris Malley, you're the third one on there with number 5, my friend.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
We're liking that top row today. Here we go, number 5, 10 seconds, Locomotive Livery Location if you can. Devil Dribble, hey Richard, got my 6-hour rules test beginning December. You heard of many people failing in your time? You're not... I've not heard of many people failing it, but it's not a guaranteed pass. But if you're well prepared for it, you've done your you've done your revision. They're not out to catch you out on these things. You know, a lot of the time, if you're a little bit off the mark, they're going to try and talk you through it. They're going to try and help you. You know, it's not kind of a... There's nothing that's there to try and catch you out. So, yeah, hopefully you'll be fine, bud. There's a 75 there. So we are doing extremely well with our speeds. Back up to 90. Then we're going back down to 70 in a minute as well. So we're on a downhill gradient. We'll shut the power off. We might just give it a little rubber break in a minute. Tri-state banner repeater. Absolutely fantastic. They should be everywhere. I said the 70 and didn't put the brake on. which is really bad driving, because the idea is that you should always react, do something. We're currently around into the tunnels, 2.3 miles off of Watford Junction. Devil Dribble, I'm doing 1 hour revision minimum per night usually, but they want it almost perfect. Yeah, I don't really know what to say to you, my friend, but just, you know, do your best, hang in there. A lot of the, you know, they're not there to catch you out. If you're close to it, they're going to try and talk you through it. They've already invested a lot of time and money into you. It's if you don't know it, you don't know it, obviously, but you know, if you're kind of there and you just need a little bit of help, they're normally going to do that for you. It's not within their interest to fail people, unless you're completely off the mark and you've got no hope. But you know, it is within their best interest to help you through it. Yeah, Chris, you're quite right. Risk trigger commentary, but don't actually act on it. This is probably why we're not allowed phones and stuff in the cab, and we're not allowed to be reading newspapers when we're driving along. See if we can... I've said it for every station, but coming into Watford, I'm braking miles too early now. Well, they're saying that we've only got just under a mile to go. East Midlands Railway, Deborah, would an AWS horn warn you on some speed limit decreases? Some speed limit decreases will have an AWS horn and a warning board, but the reduction in speed needs to be more than a third to justify it. So if the reduction in speed is less than a third, you won't always get a horn. There's no requirement to have a horn. You will in some cases, but not always. But if the reduction in speed is more than a third, then you should always have a warning board and an associated AWS horn. Right, frame rate is starting to lag out quite badly now as we come down towards Watford. We are 4 cars heading for the 4-car mark. Doors will be on the left-hand side. Where are we? Platform 9, looking for the 4-car mark. Our signal at the end of the platform is missing. What is going on with this route? And there's an AWS magnet right there. We don't want to stop on the AWS magnet because that can make all sorts of things happen. Okay, it's not going to fire off. That's interesting. And there we are, doors on the left-hand side. Pete, roster's out. Hey, Joshua. My son wants to have a party next week. I told him we would see when the roster comes out. Right, okay. Yeah, you know what's coming. There is a lot on this route which is very, very broken. I'm quite surprised. I sort of gave it quite a good review when I'd done the initial run on it, the review video. There is actually quite a lot that's broken on it. Doesn't stop on the AWS magnet, but stops on the TPW. The TPWS ramp doesn't normally grid doesn't normally cause a problem though, Chris, does it? Justas, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Deborah, is there loco signals in the train in the UK that shows the upcoming signals? Some routes do have that system, so we've got 2 systems in the UK. We've got the TVM, I think we might have 3 systems. We've got the TVM system, which is the French system on the high-speed rail link, the Channel Tunnel rail link, and through the tunnel itself. We've got ETCS in-cab signalling, slowly being rolled out. It's already in some places. And I think the Connor, you'll know better, the Crossrail tunnels have got their own CBTC or something, so we do have some in-cab signalling, but it's not commonplace across the UK at the moment. Yeah, that's definitely a thing that didn't happen. Just yeah, I didn't see that. Nothing to see here. Right, we're off to Harrow and Wealdstone, 5.5 miles. Oh yeah, Chris, of course, with TPWS, if you open the cab above the loop, it'll just flash at you. Mega Simulator Gamer, hello, welcome. If you were caught drink driving in a car, would that affect your train driver's license? Mega Simulator Gamer, not directly, but if you were caught drink driving in a car, your employer is definitely going to want to have a conversation with you. So, although your train driving license, your car driving license are two separate things, I would fully expect there to be consequences at work. Because if I can drink drive in a car, I can do it in a train. So, although the licenses are separate, I genuinely don't know the answer 100%, but I would expect there to be some sort of consequence. Crossrail is ERTMS level 2, I believe. Full ATO is also. Connor is definitely the expert when it comes to Crossrail. I think that's fair to say. I won't say why or anything. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that's definitely Connor's area of expertise. As we come through Bushy, I believe this station is, on our way down to Harrow. Hey, Roy Michael Taylor, good evening. Good evening from Derbyshire. Good evening from sunny St Leonard's. It has been today, actually. It's been quite nice down here. Yeah, no worries, Justice. I love hearing other countries' railway experiences. I start to work in the rail myself. One of the things I like about Train Sim World is driving. I mean, tomorrow night we're doing a German stream. I like driving trains from other countries and sort of experiencing and learning the safety systems and learning about it. There's probably more interest in doing that than what there is driving UK routes for me. I do like that experience. Pete, I think you might be a few seconds behind on the stream, my friend. Right, we need to get this thing back up to 90. Darryl, I was thinking Heathrow was ETCS, core was CBTC from pad, low level Stratford Abbey Wood, TPWS. Yeah, I think it could be. I think the Heathrow branch is ETCS. Joshua, if you get my iPad out of the car, the rosters are out. My iPad's in my work bag in the car. So you can find out if you can have your party. Right, we're good for 92.3 miles to go. Right, okay. Let's get those numbers in, shall we?
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
There's nothing in there that's going to scare him, Chris. Right, 1.4 miles to Harrow. I think we've got time just about to get our little game in. Greenie, you're the third one on my screen, my friend, with number 20.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Here we go, number 20, guys. 10 seconds, Locomotive Livery Location, if you can. There's definitely a train in that picture, I promise you. What is it? Where is it? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Yeah, games makes the point there. If you're silly enough to drink drive, you probably shouldn't be driving trains. As we come down towards Harrow and Euston, we should start seeing the Bakerloo line trains on the Bakerloo line, off to our right-hand side. I still have not got this braking thing right. I need a lot more practice with these braking points. We have no stop car markers here at Harrow and Euston. I believe that is another omission in the game. We're all stop doors on the left. On the 2-car mark with a red in front. On the bait, yeah. Sorry, Chris. It was a bit of a silly comment to make, that, wasn't it? Really, about the Bakerloo line trains on the Bakerloo line. GJ, hello. Trying to watch, but computer is playing up. Just twigged the LLM. Oh yeah, no, it's your picture, my friend. Wait until 11:10. So. Do we have any? We have no Bakerloo line trains in at the moment. Mega Simulator Gamer, if I could only buy one route and my choices were Midland Mainline, Great Western Express and West Coast Mainline South or over Shap, what should I pick? It's a really difficult question to answer because it depends on what you want for a route. You know, what's local to you, what traction do you want, what style of driving do you like. It's a really, really personal question. Only you will sort of know what works best for you. Reece Jones, we're not using the enhancement pack today. However, we are going to be streaming this again Saturday night with the enhancement pack installed. And with better quality driving, maybe, possibly. We have iPads. Ah, the battery's flat. You have to put it on charge. I think the charger's in my bag. David, where's the 390? We've had a couple go past us, David. We might do a run back up to Milton in a 390 once we get down to Euston. Hey, Stephen over on TikTok, just seen you over there, my friend. Just not sure I told you yet, but I finally got the mainline job and started my training. Fantastic. Oh, congratulations, my friend. Right, 8.9. Ah, there's a Bakerloo line train. And a 377 as well. Right, we are good for 90 at the moment. 8.5 miles down to London Euston. Racing the Bakerloo line train. I don't think it stands much of a chance. And let's shut off the power a little bit. Get a little bit of brake in. And we are there. Nathan Hums, can you do this route using the 377? I haven't done it in the 377 yet. I suppose we could do a 377 run. To be fair, the 377 run is another long run, so I probably won't do that today, but we can do that at some point. And we're coming down towards Wembley Central now. I think from a standing start, Chris, the Bakerloo line stock would probably take it, but... Connor, it's quite a quick run to... Where do the 377s go up to in this? Have they got them all the way up to Milton Keynes, or is it just the Watford Junction services, Connor? Wembley Depot off to the left. That should be full of dusty bins. 321's in there at the moment. Last time I went past. Yeah, Mike, I don't yet sign Wembley sidings. It's I sign as far as Acton Lane reception and Wilston Euro Terminal, but not that bit into Wembley. I not through not wanting to, it's just not had the opportunity yet. Right, let's see if we can get this locomotive livery location absolutely nailed out. We've got a 75 coming up.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Yeah, Northern Princess Productions. Shame you can't join it at the chord from the West London line. Yeah, West London Junction. Do you know what? West London line, North London line, it's... there we go, 75 back to 90. Just a short spurt there. And then back to 75. Okay, we'll keep it at 75. Bearing in mind we have the Gospel Oak and Barking, we've got the West Coast Main Line South, we've got the Great Western Express, and we've got the Brighton Main Line. If we had the West London / North London line, so Clapham Junction up via Kensington Olympia, as well as Richmond to Gospel Oak, Camden, Stratford, we could suddenly link in all those routes. We could start off at Brighton, we could go up to Clapham, down the West London line to West London Junction, and up the West Coast Main Line to Milton Keynes. I think, you know, likewise we could go down to Acton Main Line via the Poplar Spurs onto the Great Western Express. I think it would add so much to the game. We've got route hopping. What we need now is route hopping while sitting in trains. So being able to route hop from one route to the other, sort of, you know, get to Clapham Junction and stop in platform 16 in the train, route hop to platform 16 in the train on the West London line. You would bring all of those runs together. You could get some really decent freight runs and stuff going on then. I just think it is such an obvious thing to do. Yeah, for me it's just such an obvious thing to do. You're just going to link all of those routes together. And the fact they introduced, part of the last update, they introduced route hopping, it just like, everything just falls into place. I watch this space. I don't know anything. I have no insider knowledge, and if I did, I couldn't tell you. But putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, it's just such an obvious bit of route to do. Devil Drew, oh, they played your GSM video in our training group. Nice one. Reese, London to Derby. Midland Main Line as well, yeah. We need the south section of that, but I want to see people go over and fail to go over the bank at Kenio up Mitre Bridge. Northern Princess, if it was made, I'd want the boundary to be Pope Arts Factory Junction, Clapham Junction, Acton Yard. Yeah, I see. Yeah, Factory Junction round to Factory. I don't know if we'd get round to Factory. I suspect we would only kind of get the. We would only get the spur into Clapham, but I can. Yeah, I can see why. Richie Rowe, your face cam is glitchy. I thought we'd fix that problem. I think my computer is due a complete reinstall pretty soon. Yeah, and then, like, if you're on the North London and you get down to Stratford, you can route hop to Stratford International, and you're on the South Eastern High Speed. It's got so much potential. Right, we've got a 40 coming up. Mike, if anyone else had made that comment, they would have got banned. It was probably a driver's. Connor, now. I'd like to have seen the control log for that. Right, coming down into London Euston. Signaller said it was essential to recover it. A nice one. Was it near a flange lubricator, Mike? That is a thing. Right, 2 yellows. 1 yellow ahead. Stepped up to 2 yellows. Speed limit is 40, dropping down to 25. We're absolutely fine. We're going downhill. We'll let the train do its thing. We've got a C going in on C section. So we're going to go 1 line to the right, which is probably where that 25 is. Not where the 25 is, but 1 line to the right onto C section. And 1 yellow coming up. No AWS on that signal. And there's our 25. And the site off to the right is your what hopefully will become HS2 if they decide to fund it. Dropping down, dropping down, dropping down. There we go. Chris, near a set of swing points. This is getting NSFW. Wrong side failure. Did you have to lay protection? Right, 15 at the ramps. Although I am told that it is 25 all the way into Euston, but 15 at the ramps is generally pretty good driving practice. And are these TPWS loops going to get us? No, because we are going to drop below 10. I don't know if they actually work, but 10 miles an hour at the loops onto the buffer stops. As we arrive at London Euston. London Euston, this is London Euston. The train now arriving at platform 11 terminates here. All change please, all change.
If you see something that doesn't look right, report it to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. See it, say it, sort it.
Okay, we're on the stops. Brake step 3 or full service brake, DRA on into neutral, doors on the left hand side. And we aim to stop about 6 foot away from the buffer stops. So that's probably about where we want to be. Although now we can't get out the cab door, so maybe that's not quite where we want to be. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where's the ban hammer for Dad Rail? Wrong button. Is anyone else having problems with the live on YouTube? Mine keeps buffering. I know it's not Dad Rail. It could well be my end, although my end is showing that it's working okay. Shark Tales, you can always follow it on TikTok if you're on TikTok. So we are live over there if you're having issues on YouTube. Rightio. Let's get our score first. Let's complete the run. I think we'll do a 390 back up to Milton Keynes, but we'll have a blast up and then we'll call it a night. What's it giving me? Oh, platinum medal, but of course. It's all these instances of speeding and you still get a platinum medal. These are far too easy to achieve. Davrow working fine here. Richie Row, it was lagging on my computer, but it's fine on my TV. I forgot the headlights. Yeah, we. I didn't lose any points for that. I am better in real life, I promise. Mine keeps on saying something went wrong. Oh, okay, so there might be an issue with the server then, because mine, I get an indication on Streamlabs if I've dropped any frames, and it's currently showing that The stream is going out at 30 FPS and we've not dropped any frames since we started. So, yeah, okay. Right. We're going to do one more run. We are going to do a Pendolino. Doesn't matter which one, does it? I want to do one that stops at Milton Keynes. Any idea which one stops at Milton Keynes? London Euston to Blackpool North. I believe that one does stop at Milton Keynes. We'll do that one because we've already done that one. That's how I know it stops at Milton Keynes. And while that's loading up, let's do this again.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
I think YouTube may be struggling tonight. Yeah, I don't think it's my end. I think it is YouTube. Let's get those numbers in. Third number will be the one that gets picked. And we'll pause that until you've got your numbers in. Sir, they all stop at Milton Keynes. You'll upset a few passengers there, Chris. Okay, Richie Rail, you are the third number on my screen with number 30. I've got a funny feeling we've had that one, but let's give it a go.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
We haven't. Right, okay, we are going for number 30. 10 seconds for that Locomotive Livery Location, if you can. Ah, well, that's blown it wide open. That's definitely a 3-2-1 with a weird lighting configuration. Would I lie to you? Would I lie to you? Right. What is it? Where is it? Let me know. Right, we are Watford Junction, Milton Keynes. Let's get the Pendolino set up. If I can remember how to get the Pendolino set up. Right, normal. Normal. Everything's normal. I have tried hooking this up to the class 37, the Rail Phoenix 37, and putting it onto brake pipe loco, no ETS. You can get it to hook up, and you can get the brakes to release on the Pendo, and you can pull it, but you can't get the brakes to apply from the loco. So effectively, you don't have any brakes, so you can't stop the thing, which is interesting. But yeah, it does sort of work. Did we not put the AW? Oh, there's a... That's it. I remember now. Okay, we've got one yellow on there. Let's get some lights on. Where are they? There they are. Day running. Excellent. And we are loading passengers. Loading, 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 loading. Richie Rail HST on the 5 Circle. Scottish Numpty. That's an intercity. Leo Low. Scott Rail. Scottish HST. They all stop at Milton Keynes. That's just a 37, but it's got a little dent. Dabra actually could be a recent Windows update with hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds fancy. Connor Eaton, I wish the ROG 37 worked towing all the new units, 700, etc. Yeah, that is a really, really nice training game. Mike, the bridge on the right just off the platform is where I almost got hit by... Crikey, Mike. I hope you're okay. Justice, try to be on time. Well, hey! Absolutely. We are driving an Avanti train. We're trying to be realistic. If it's on time, it's not realistic. All views and opinions expressed within this stream are solely my own and may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Okay, right. Into forward. One yellow. We are moving. We are moving. Let's see if we can have a half decent run this time. Right, off we go. It's beeping at me. You alright? Right, we got a green, we got an E. My son Tommy has just got home from cadets. This is Dad Rail. This is what we do. $25 coming out, up to 40 once we're clear of the points. We are we the 9 car? We're the 11 car variant, okay. Excellent. Connor, best throw that out there, yeah. Oh yes, yeah, definitely. Got a green on the next one. Turn reduced power on to make it more realistic for an on-time railway. Not checked it yet, Connor. I did have a look on crew plans, so I sort of do know roughly what I'm doing, but I've been trying to delay the decision making on the party. Doppler tones and a flyby shot if you're feeling nice, Richard. Yeah, once we get some speed up, Scottish, remind me once we leave Milton Keynes or something, and we'll absolutely do that. Right, we are good for 50 once the back of the train clears the point work. Okay, that was a pretty harsh lighting effect. I like Pendolinos. I do like Pendolinos. Peter Young, easiest way to tell if it's an 11 car train, length reminder on the dashboard. Look up and it tells you if you're 9 or 11. Oh, there we go. I did not know that. Thank you, Peter. That's right, let's get it going. We are good for 50. Chris, was that a Code 5 AWS horn? We did have a horn. I'm not sure what it was for. Could be a test magnet, Chris. Mike, I missed Red Zone working. It's funny you should say about Euston, Mike, that you nearly got bowled over by a Pendolino, because I almost got bowled over by a Pendolino. I'd only been on freight for about 3 months at the time. I almost got bowled over by a Pendolino at this tunnel here. I'd signed in for a possession, gone to walk across the main line to get to my train, which was sitting in the tunnel we're in now, and a Pendolino come out the tunnel. And when I'd booked on, he hadn't told me that there were other lines open to traffic. I mean, partly my fault, inexperienced. Should have asked the question, really, but live and learn. Fortunately, I lived and learned, but could have been nasty. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, Chris, I don't know what all the fault codes are on the AWS. I don't think it's something we had to learn. We just had to know the wrong side and right side failures. I don't think we had to know all the codes. Right, 55 up to 80 once the 11 cars have cleared the back of the marker board there. Yeah, we'll just blame Avanti drivers, Chris. Right, we're getting going. EGAV 885 and 7 codes to report. Over on TikTok. Take the power back a little bit. We're good for 100. Lewis Gates, my stepdad, was a COS for Network Rail, controller of site safety, and told me a few interesting stories to say the least. Chris, we had a driver that was querying if he had a right side failure on the way back from CTR. Got a fault 2 with a green aspect, had to pull up the rulebook and dust it off. If you've got a green aspect, then any failure of the AWS will be a right side failure. Except if maybe if it doesn't go off at all, maybe that would be a wrong side, but I suppose technically it's not a wrong side failure, is it? Right, we're coming up towards West London Junction. This is about the only bit of the West Coast Main Line that I sign. I used to love working down by Wilson Sidings because of the McVitie's factory. Yes! Show them your PTS and they let you into the staff store. I did not know that. Right, okay. Connor, we need a day out. Underneath the North London lines. Underneath the Dudding Hill lines. Not yet, we haven't. Dudding Hill lines are the bridge coming up. Bit more speed, we're good for 120. Let's get it going. Yeah, we'll get a pathway in, Connor, for some refreshing. Straight up the fasts. Right, okay, let's press the button.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Let's get those numbers in for Locomotive Livery Location. As we fly past Wembley. Lots of horn action. More rescue missions required. I would have to take a 57 out if it's a rescue mission. Rightio, third number on my screen is going to be Anakin, number 15.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Here we go, guys. 10 seconds, give you box number 15. Locomotive Livery Location if you can. There are definitely some bits on there you can get the location. I wouldn't be that mean. What is it? Where is it? Yeah, Connor, I've only got a year left on my competency for 57, so I definitely need to get out on them. They've got fire suppression, Connor. They would work in the Crossrail tunnels. Just saying. That would be pretty cool. And they have downers. Tilt system in full swing. No pun intended as we go around the corner there. Lewis, can you say how the driver changeover happens on a freight train? I'm guessing it's similar to passenger train driver change. Exactly the same, really. Yeah, there's you kind of your handover. You're just sort of handing over how long the train is, what the brakes are like, any faults on it. It's very similar. Sooth 1, have you tried the enhancer pack? Not yet. We're going to be doing that on Saturday. This is just vanilla base game at the moment. You've not acknowledged any of my jokes, and that gets a drum. Oh, sorry. Northern Princess Productions, give us another one. Yeah, that's exactly right, Connor. 19 on, mate. There you go. Yeah, Chris, depending on what engine you are on the freight, I mean, 66s, 67s, you don't exchange keys. Lewis Gates, do you tell the driver what the starting signal aspect is? If I'm stopped on a red or something, I will normally say to the driver as I'm getting out, you got a red in front of you. Or if the last signal was one yellow and you can't see the next signal, I'll tell them and say your last one was one yellow. Or if we're in an absolute block area, your distant was on, watch out for your next one. So all the information you feel that's relevant. Right, here we go. Northern Princess Productions. You know what they invented in Tring? Northern Princess Productions. The mobile phone. Because it goes tring, tring, tring. You get both for that. Right, 2.1 miles out of Watford. Let's take the power off, let it coast. There's a 110 coming up. Oh, we just got down for that in time. Dad joke. Bad dad joke. Very bad dad joke. Right, I suppose we get some breaks in. We're 0.9 miles out of Watford. 0.8. This is not going to end well. I know Pendos have good brakes, but it's not going to end well. It's going to be absolutely fine. I don't know what you're all worrying about. Right, we're 11 for the 11. Doors on the left. And making sure the passengers in club class or whatever it's called don't spill their breakfast all over them. 11 on the end of the platform. Doors on the left. Off we go. Yeah, good brakes on them. Pendolino's got pretty good brakes on them. What are we doing? Loading, loading, loading. Right, let's press the button. Fog is coming in.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
It got foggy very quickly. Let's get those numbers in between 1 and 36. We're actually running really early. Okay, so... Right, let's show you your numbers. Pig and Bob, you're the first one with 23. Scottish, you're the second one with number 3. Oh, no, apologies. Infinite Gaming, you were first. Pig and Bob, you're second. Scottish, you are the third number with number 3. But I think we might have had that. But
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Yeah, we have indeed, Scottish. So we'll go to the next one, which is Suf 1 with number 25. If I can find the right button. There we go. Yeah, no worries, Paul. Thanks for joining, mate. What is it? Where is it? Giving you slightly longer than 10 seconds there as well. Aren't I generous? Right, I tell you what. As the train doesn't leave for another minute, let's do it again.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
I'll give you a fighting chance for this one. The one time I get it, it's taken. Oh, Scottish, my apologies. I tell you what, Scottish, we'll play fair. Pick another number. Post another number, Scottish, and you can have it. Because I see where you're coming from. We're going to break the rules just this once. Go on, Scottish. Give us another number. Number 2. There we go.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
We'll give you number 2. Anything distinguishing in there? Anything that you can kind of pick out? It is a principal station. I'll give you that much. It is something that you know. It's not anything obscure. Ignore my 2. 20. Oh, sorry, we've already done it, Scottish. Sorry. Right, 30 miles to guess the locomotive livery location. Let's put the train into forward first. That always helps. We are on the move. I just think Pendolinos look really graceful and elegant. There's something about them. They're just nice. Dynamic weather well and truly doing its thing with the fog coming in. E, we're in a class 390. Hey, Drawd. Hey, mate, I started as a trainee driver on Monday. Congratulations, my friend. Good luck with it all. Scottish says Dundee, maybe. Ah, okay. Interesting. Richie Rowe, is it Inverkeithing? Inverkeithing. Mike, so much more character than the abundance of 800 class trains. Oh, they're just everywhere now, aren't they, Mike? Although I was looking at the new EMT ones that are replacing the Meridians, or complementing the Meridians. They actually look quite nice for an 800 series. Lewis, if you were being wrong routed, what excuses do the signallers normally use, and would it be an urgent call or just the SG button? Depends on the situation, Lewis. If you're being wrong routed and you're able to stop before the signal, it would just be a standard call to the signaller. I'm quite nice to signallers. I don't necessarily want to say you're sending me the wrong way. I don't want to drop them in it. So in the railway, we tend to look out for one another. I don't want to drop people in it, and people don't want to drop me in it. You kind of, you know, you report what you have to report. Absolutely, you do. But there's ways you can do things that, you know. It's a recorded line to the signaller, so if I've been wrong routed, I'll stop at the signal, and I'll call up the signaller and say, this is the driver of such and such it's the driver of 9 Papa 47 Whiskey 248 signal. Yeah, I just need to double check my diagram, signaller. I don't know if you wanted to put Whiskey 248 signal back to danger while I have a look. And normally by doing that, you're kind of you're telling them that they've done something wrong, and normally they'll be like, oh, okay, I'll replace the signal back to danger, rather than you saying over a recorded line, I'm sorry, signaller, you've made a mistake, you've sent me the wrong way. We don't want to be doing that, you know, because it's, you sort of look out for each other as much as you can. Martin, I'm travelling on one of these Avanti West Coast trains on Saturday morning from Liverpool Lime Street to London Euston. Never been to Liverpool. So I'm told it's very nice in Liverpool, but I've never been. Just as how many brakes can you use on this simulator? So this particular locomotive, or this particular train, has got a combined power brake lever, so you've got power and brake all on one lever. Some of the trains are different, so a lot of the freight trains and the locomotives, you've got the automatic brake, as well as the train brake, the direct brake, sorry, the locomotive brake. Some of them you've got a dynamic and electronic brake on them. It just depends on what type of traction it is. Right, who was asking for the Doppler effect earlier? I think it was you, Scottish. Let's see if we can race the train. We'll get a little bit ahead of it, get a good vantage point, hopefully. Oh, it wouldn't let me cancel the vigilance device. Okay, we do have speed set on these as well, don't we? There we go, speed set on. Awesome. Now we can sit back and relax. Trainboy, I have you on YouTube and TikTok. TikTok, that's the one. Lewis Gates, I'm so excited for the Class 99s. They are beasts. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity to get on one of those. But yeah, they are... It's good to see... Excuse me. It's good to see new traction coming to the UK. Agent B7, thank you very much. Sigler 2 Bravo 78, I speak to your manager. We'll have another go, Scottish, in a minute. We'll try again. She's a good-looking machine. Anakin, fun fact, passenger trains can run under freight train class head code if they get towed to scrapped or newly built. Misspoke a bit. Yeah, no, Agent B7, no worries. No, I appreciate the super chat there. Thank you very much. Yeah, we just tend to look out for each other where we can. It's just a nicer working environment. So let's get a bit more power in because we are just losing a little bit of speed. Tilt system doing its thing around the corners here. Beautiful. Look at that. Lewis Gates, the railway family, exactly that, exactly that. I mean, like every family, you've got people you don't like, but yeah, we do try and look out for each other. Signallers need drivers, drivers need signallers. Yeah, you're completely right, Lewis. It's although we're not working in the same office, and you know, it's a team effort. You know, what we do is we deliver a safe, efficient railway for everybody, and it is most definitely a team effort. We can't do our job without the signallers. They can't do our job without. They can't do their job without. Well, I suppose they can do their job without us, but it'd be pretty pointless. Likewise, you know, platform staff, train planners, train cleaners, literally everybody's got a role to play. Track maintenance, you know, I'm not deliberately catering staff, Northern Princess Productions, I'm deliberately contracts managers, everything else I'm deliberately not trying to miss any role out, but you know, literally everyone's role on the railway is important, you know, from the humble person who's, you know, everything just, it all comes together, we all need each other. Casual Rail, good evening, how are we doing? Ray, for the trains, if your company picked you to drive a brand new passenger train, what would you pick to drive? A lot of the new trains sort of don't really interest me, Rafe. I'd probably want to get, if I could drive anything, I'd probably want to get on like a 319 or something like that, or a 150 or something with a bit of character to it. Mike, I wish Signalus would entertain track staff requesting line blocks instead of saying it's too high a workload to give you a line block. No, what happens, Mike, is that when we're out in the middle of the night driving freight trains and we're running smack bang on time, you get somewhere and they go, oh no, there's a line block. You're like, but I'm booked through here. Oh yeah, well the line block's on for another hour. And you're like, what? How can you take a line block when you know you've got booked trains? I shall get off my soapbox now and calm down. But it is quite frustrating, as you can imagine. Yeah, very good, thanks Casual Rail. Definitely excited for West Coast Mainline North. I believe it's sort of middle to the end of next month. Getting the tap changes in there, the 86 should be... It's going to be really good fun driving that. I'll be interested to see how they've implemented it. But saying that, we've got tap changing locos on the German stuff already, so... It should be good. I'm really looking forward to that. Dadrail, I've given up so many blocks for you guys. Well, mostly GBRF. It's because we run more trains than anybody else. Because, you know, Premier Freight Operator. No declaration following that. Premier Freight Operator. No declaration. Right, okay, we have got to get this locomotive location livery done.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Let's get those numbers in. I don't think we've had a right answer yet. Okay, full disclosure, what I'm seeing on my screen. Pig and Bob, you are the third one on my screen. With number 22. All the twos. Is it two little ducks? All the twos? 22.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
If this train driving thing doesn't work out, I could always be a bingo caller. What is it? Where is it, guys? Any idea? Certainly a more difficult one tonight. Definitely a more difficult one tonight. And we've only got about 5 or 6 minutes till the end of the stream. So do you know what? We're gonna go straight back into it.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
Soof and Train Boy, complete opposite end of the countries there. Train Boy's gone HST ScotRail and Soof's gone First Great Western HST. Completely opposite ends of the island. And we're back in again. Chris Malley, you're the third one on my screen this time with number 12.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
We've always got this mad rush near the end. What is it? Where is it? I reckon we got 2 more rounds in this and then we'll do a reveal. Vigilance firing off there. Get a bit of power and keep that at 125. GJ, I thought this would be... I haven't cropped this one particularly, GJ, either. I normally crop them sort of right in on the train and stuff. But I haven't sort of really cropped this one in, and yeah. Maybe the way to go in the future isn't to crop them in too much. Train boy, it is an HST in first grade Western Railway purple in Wales. Chris Maddy, first grade Western HST Exeter St David's. Any advances on that? Any advances? Let's have a look at the board.
Play Locomotive Livery Location.
Let you have a good look at it. Anything on there that kind of stands out? What about if I give you... You can have one for free. Does that help at all, though? Does that help? What are you thinking? I've got no idea why I just put the brakes on really hard. 4.3 miles to go. Any ideas? So if you are around tomorrow night, we are going to be 2030. We are going to be streaming Frankfurt Fulda in the Flixtrain Vectron, which is one of the new Train-World 5 routes. Really looking forward to that. And on Saturday we're going to be back on this route, but with the timetable and graphic enhancement pack in place as well, which I've not checked it out for myself yet, but I am told it beefs it up quite nicely. As we come through Bletchley, and we are going to do, this is going to be our
Let's Play Locomotive Livery Location.
There's the board. There's the board. Get your numbers in.
Post your numbers now for Locomotive Livery Location.
What is it? Where is it? This is going to be your final round on this one. Lazio, yeah, we're miles past Wembley Central. Okay, third one, Pig and Bob number 26 is what we're going to be going for. We shall get this little train stopped at Milton Keynes first. We are being checked down into Milton Keynes. 2 yellows on the last signal. Paul Gray, I initially thought Scotland, now I don't think it is. One yellow. Red's at the end of the platform at Milton Keynes. And we are going to be doing box number 26 once we come to a stand. And at this point I'm stopping for the red signal rather than the station. If you overshoot a station it's bad, but not mega bad. If you overshoot a red it is very, very bad. So the red signal is more restrictive than a station platform, so we're stopping for the red, not the station. Lewis Gates, have you driven any RHTT diagram? Constantly for the last 3 or 4 weeks, Lewis, I've been on RHTT diagrams. I should be doing no more than 20 over the AWS magnet, so this is a massive fail on my part. I'm quite surprised the TPWS didn't take me out there, because I am coming up quite quickly towards that signal. And there we go. And we always try and stop on a rising brake, so as little brake as possible in when you stop. Just like that. And we go full service brake, DRA, which is there, set, into neutral, doors on the right hand side. Right.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
We're doing 26. This is your last opportunity to guess. What is it? Where is it, folks? This is your last chance. Any ideas? Yeah, Lewis, they're a pain in the backside, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, they are really, they're a pain in the backside to drive. Some of the shifts are long and not very nice, but they're absolutely essential, like you say, to the safe running of the railway. So yeah, that is a sense of pride doing that, definitely. Right, what is it? Where is it, guys? We are going to do a reveal in just a few seconds. Get your final guesses into me. We are just finishing up on the scenario. Let me know what it is, where it is. I thought 26 would reveal a signal identification plate. It has been a difficult one today. It has been a difficult one. Okay, you're not going to give me any sort... Oh, we've already completed that one. That's why I'm not getting a medal. Only speeding twice as well. That I'm absolutely going to take that. I'm absolutely going to run with that. That is not too bad at all. Right, okay. Should we do a reveal? Let's. We've been holding you all in suspense. That's what you're all here for at this stage.
Let's play Locomotive Livery Location.
Hey, Lawrence Adams, fantastic. Good luck with it. Right. We have had one correct answer. Chris, well done.
It's time to reveal today's Locomotive Livery Location.
A difficult one on the location for sure, but that is First Great Western HST, and that is Exeter St David's. Thank you very, very much, GJ, for sending that one in to me. I've got a few pictures from GJ. He always gives us some really quality pictures. But yeah, First Great Western HST, Exeter St David's. I thought that one was going to be quite easy to get. I thought the location was quite distinctive, but if you don't know, you don't know. If you've not been there before, then you won't know. But there we go. But yeah, well done, Chris, for getting that right. I think you were the only one to get that tonight. So well done. There we go. Right. Let's press that one there. Thank you very, very much for tuning in, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure to get back and do some streaming. Like I say, work's just absolutely mad this time of year with railhead treatment trains and the rest of it. And there's a few other things going on at work about new jobs and stuff like that, but we'll leave that for another day. I'll keep you hanging on that one. But it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. Right, tomorrow night we are going to be Frankfurt Fulda. We're going to be taking the Siemens Vectron out for a run with the LZB and PZB safety systems turned on. A masterclass it will not be, but it should be a good laugh, so hopefully you can join me for that. If you have enjoyed yourself, please do hit the like button, consider subscribing. That would be absolutely fantastic. You're also more than welcome to join our Discord server. You'll find an invitation link to that down in the description below. And you can follow me on my social media channels, need a drink, which are on the screen for you right now. There we go. That is it. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Thank you very much to the moderators, Connor Northern, Princess Productions. Thank you very much to channel members, Leo, Pig and Bob, Rafe the Train Spotter, and all you guys for participating as well. Chris, Dave, Mike, Sooth, Paul Gray, everybody else. It's too many. There's 87 of you, too many names to mention. But it is great to have you, and you are all very, very welcome. So, we're going to press that button there. That is going to start the music. Hopefully you can join me tomorrow for the Frankfurt Fulda run. If not that one, then Saturday we are back on this line with the enhancement packs. Hopefully you'll join me for that. Anyway, until next time, remember, create, share, and inspire. Thanks for watching. Pig and Bob, no music. Noted. I shall fix that for next time.